that's fine. Hello, folks. All right, all set? Okay, great. Thank you all for coming out. It's been a lifelong commitment to advancing public safety and serving my community that actually brought me here today. It's not lost on me that I was provided with the unique opportunity to lead the Broward Sheriff's Office after the community suffered two of the worst tragedies in our county's history. From the moment I took command of BSO, I realized that the deficiencies facing the agency went a lot further than the gross mishandling of the mass shootings we've seen at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School and the Fort Lauderdale Airport. The reasons for my predecessor's removal were just the tip of an iceberg, and the long-standing issues of the past had handicapped or crippled an agency that has the potential to be a model for the entire nation. We have committed public servants, some of the best law enforcement officers and resourceful professionals that are willing to do the work and hold themselves to the highest standards of professionalism and accountability under the right leadership. From mediocre training requirements and disregarded internal policies to discounted transparency and accountability, under the previous administration, BSO problems were ignored. I quickly understood that the reality of this office that I had took over was far worse than what I had anticipated. For the past 10 months, I have been reforming BSO by focusing on training and inclusion. As sheriff, I modified our active shooter policies, increased community partnerships, and established relationships with our federal entities. In less than a year, we unveiled a state-of-the-art real-time crime center which provides us with live monitoring and analysis of what is occurring across Broward County schools and businesses. We are now currently under constructing a $30 million regional training center without costing the taxpayers another single penny. Among the many changes we are undergoing to ensure that the BSO deputies and support staff are prepared to handle any situation that they might confront, we're making significant changes and investing in racial equity and implicit bias training. These are things that were ignored by previous administration. I'm also proud to state that in an agency of 104 years of experience, we finally have the most diverse command staff in the history of this agency. This is something that any sheriff before me could have done, but they chose to look away. But now BSO look like the agency we actually serve. With the goal of renewing our community's trust in BSO, we established neighborhood support teams throughout Broward County that provide residents with an opportunity to connect with their command staff personnel. Growing up in the inner cities of Philadelphia, I experienced firsthand the prejudice and tensions that exist between minorities and law enforcement officers. And this is why I instituted our Park, Walk, and Talk program to get our deputies out of the vehicles and into the communities. We're also tackling internal issues that have to do with how do BSO handle deputies who violate their duty to protect this community. You've noticed over the last few periods that I've had an opportunity to where I had to terminate or suspend employees. This is not something that we can stand idly by as an administration and not take any type of course of action. Anytime a singular event takes place that violates the public trust and confidence in us, it impacts the entire community. This is not something this is something I simply will not allow for. And that is why you've noticed, yes, I've had to make some tough decisions and suspend personnel and terminate them. We're making a lot of drastic overhauls here in this agency, many of which could have been done for quite some time and it's been ignored. But these are new challenges that I'm having to face outside of the scope of being just the active shooter specialist or law enforcement guy. BSO and the new command staff have stepped forward, and we face these challenges and we've made modifications to many of these deficiencies. A lot of bold, innovative approach has taken place and is yielding concrete results for this entire community. We can't go back to letting politics dictate what is important to keeping our residents safe. We can't allow for discredited politicians who continue to show poor leadership to come back. More of the same is not the answer. We need more talk. We need less talk and more action. And that's why I'm putting forth my name to run as Broward County Sheriff. In the next few months, I will be sharing more plans and ideas that address how I will continue to tackling our problems as your sheriff, and I will work to earn your support for my vision and leadership. I look forward to hearing from all Broward County residents so that the problems and concerns that matter to our community get resolved. Thank you for coming out.